Here at Northside Hip Hop, what we're trying to do is give a national perspective of what's happening in hip hop culture across the country. It's the first website of its kind because it's really easy to get inundated by American material and not really give credit to what's happening, you know, on our own side of the North American border. So you are our first installment representing Halifax, Nova Scotia. You're like a Scotian.
I'm Scotian, but to say I was born in Halifax, raised in Jane and Finch, but made in the square, which is Halifax.
A lot of your earlier works, they had a lot of political messages in it, and a lot of stuff about inspiration and self-motivation and not giving up on yourself, and just kind of seeing a lot of the societal ills. Talk about that. Where do you get all that heavy content from? Like, is that from life experience?
Yes, yeah, pretty much. Everything I do is pretty much from life experience when it comes to my music. But definitely, you know, being raised in Jane and Finch and, you know, seeing the struggles and things that, you know, that people try to overcome even today, you know, in the ghettos and projects and, you know, whatnot. And just being from that environment, you know, I know how hard it is for me to, you know, do what I did with basketball and with music, you know, because I used to play ball and went to university with basketball.
Where did you go to university?
I went to St. Francis Xavier University.
Where's that?
Antigonish, Nova Scotia.
Antigonish who?
Nowhere they like to call it. Antigonish, Nova Scotia.
Okay, so let me get this straight. If you came at 9 months to Toronto, then did you relocate for basketball? The timeline.
So until I was about 10, we were living in the Connections Jane and Finch, 17 Kane Grassway, and we left for some family problems, you know, and I had to go back home and been in Nova Scotia ever since.
So is Nova Scotia home?
Not right now.
You're here.
I'm in Mississauga.
Why are you here? Why are you
Because I hooked up with a production team out here, Kuya Productions.
Kuya. Went from Jane and Finch, Connections, left, family issues, we all got family issues, go to Nova Scotia, got your basketball situation going on, and then what happened? You forgot about ball after university?
No, what happened was, I like to tell a little story, so I guess
I love it. Tell it.
When I moved back to Halifax, you know, it was a new neighborhood. I moved to Uniac Square. You know, kind of like, you know how Regent was the first projects in Canada.
Right.
I think it was like the model that they did in Halifax. Uniac Square was the first hood that they built out in the East Coast.
Oh.
And you think Uniac means the only one?
Okay.
In the Irish term for the only one, I think. So they called it the only one square, where they took people from Africville and, you know, put them all into the community called Uniac Square now.
Wow. How long ago was that?
That happened in the 60s, I believe. So I was really young, and
you stopped, but you couldn't have possibly, because you ended up playing for the university.
Yeah, well, this is how the story keeps continuing.
I'm sorry, my bad.
That's all good. That's all good. But I fell in love with the game in Halifax, Nova Scotia, with basketball, and it was really because of these corduroy jackets. There was a community-wide down there, community-wide Panthers, and I'm in the new school, you know, like I said, you know, new girls and everything. And
right.
And I seen all the cool guys had the blue corduroy jackets on. They were all styling with their basketball community-wide champs and everything. And you know, I wanted a piece of that, so I kind of was like, yo, I get one of those.
It all comes back to the ladies.
I'm like, how'd I get one of those? And so can you play? And I was like,
liar.
Yeah, and I had Excaliburs, old Excaliburs, if anybody knows what that is.
Oh my God.
I had the old plastic shoes.
Oh my God.
So they took me over. I was like, okay, bring me to tryouts. I want to be a part of this. And I met a man named Terry Simons. He's since passed, and he was a great man in the community in Halifax. He did a lot of things for the community in Halifax. And
he encouraged you.
Yes, he did. He was my first coach. Him alongside Cecil Wright.
And he believed in you.
Yeah,
even though you sucked.
He did. In the story, I always tell the story. He took me in, and they took me in the gym, and he was like, "You got the name Jordan." I had no idea who Michael Jordan was. Like,
oh,
you know,
my God.
He's like, "You got the name Jordan." I'm like, "That's me." Like, so he's like, "Okay, go ahead, do a layup. Show me what layup." Hand me out a half court. Show me a layup, and literally passed me the ball. I had no idea. I was just like, I ran. I didn't even dribble. I was like, ran up, and I hit nothing. No backboard, no rim, no mesh, no nothing. So I was the laughing stock of that day.
Oh my goodness!
But that day I fell in love with basketball. You know, I was really excited.
How do you fall in love with basketball when you suck?
Because I was so excited to have like
the passion,
something new, and everybody around me was so good at it. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be just like.
So you rose to the challenge as opposed to stepping back.
Yes.
And that's how you are in life.
That's it. Like when I have something, you know, I put the blinders up and I go after it, and that's it.
So how do you go? Why did you title that album "No Dress Code" back in the day, a couple of years back? Why did you title it "No Dress Code"?
Because I didn't title it actually.
You didn't?
I didn't title it.
Who did?
I suck at naming songs, naming album titles. I'm not really good at naming stuff. But my producer, Classified, he produced the album.
We're gonna talk about Classified.
And
okay.
he likes to sleep late. But he called me one morning. It was like 9 in the morning. He's like, hit me up. He's like, I got it. No dress code. You can wear anything. Anybody can wear anything and listen to your music. Like, there's no dress code to the music.
Oh, it's for the people.
Yeah, for anybody, for whoever.
And you liked it?
I loved it. I loved
his samples, his production is so soulful.
Yeah.
He's like an old soul.
Yeah, definitely.
As we know, in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in many parts, there's issues of race and racism.
Yeah, definitely.
So you got this white rapper and this black rapper, collaborating artistically. And how does race play a role in terms of promoting?
It's actually, there were issues, you know what I mean? Because, after the Feeling Fine song, he hit me up with an email. It was like, yo, I want to work with you. Like, I'd produce your album. I'd do it,
Right.
And I was like, of course, man.
Right.
This guy's talented. I'm like,
you want to collaborate.
I wasn't like a crazy fan of his music because I didn't know all of his music.
Right.
I knew a few joints, you know what I mean?
But what you guys did together worked out well.
Yeah, exactly. And then I became a fan. Like, after touring with them, I became a huge fan. But like when we shot the Feeling Fine video in Halifax, there were some issues because some guys were like, no, don't bring him to the hood. You can't bring him to the hood and shoot the video in the hood. Like, you got two white dudes on the songs shooting the video in the hood, and there was some politics behind that because of like.
So how did you deal with that? And all of a sudden you're like a civil rights activist, shoot a video?
No. The way I dealt with it is just I spoke to a few guys and just said, listen, this is what's going to happen, and I hope you guys are behind me for this, and they respect me.
Because you came to them and you broke it down.
Yeah, it was
a good video.
And it was a good vibe, and everybody in Halifax really loved it. Union Square showed Class love, showed Jay Busy love, and that connection was made between from the hood to the burbs. Class has been the voice of the East, for hip hop.
Right.
Since MCJ and Cool G back in the day.
MCJ and Cool G. Now let me ask you, that's all we know. MCJ and Cool G, and now we know Classified. So, are you an R&B artist? Are you a singer? Are you a hip-hop artist? How do you define yourself?
I'm an R&B artist, but I got a hip-hop soul.
Ah. Okay.
But I mean, like, R&B is where my heart, my first love is. But hip-hop was, I don't dance. I do my thing with a hip-hop swag, like Kells, Trey, them kind. I don't do the dancing and stuff. I just, I'm just kind of like, I watch some of my shows and stuff, and like. You kind of like you're rapping when you sing.
Yes, yes.
But that's why.
So the swag comes from the hip hop vibe.
Before I loved the stuff me and Class did, and stuff like the early stuff I did with MCJ, But I knew that it wasn't the sound,
That defined you.
That defined me
completely.
Until I got with Kuya and we started, doing this real R&B stuff, and they play guitar really well, and Babyface has been a big influence on their career as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
it all starts with Babyface.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, when is the album coming out?
I don't know.
Okay, that's an honest answer.
I don't know.
When it's ready.
No idea. But I mean, when it's ready. I know that we have a single gonna drop.
Okay.
And
what's it called?
You Can Have It All. It's on the
MySpace. Yes, I've heard it. Yes.
On MySpace.
You Can Have It All. Okay.
And we just received another video grant.
Fantastic.
For Like Magic.
What's
that
about?
Like Magic. It's Love Is Like Magic. It's about love.
Yeah. Are you in love?
No.
I don't think so. Okay, so that's it, folks. Jordan Crouchet, live and direct on Northside Hip Hop.
Yes.
Any shout outs to your Halifax peoples?
Of course.
Or your Nova Scotia peoples, the entire province?
Of course. Shout outs to everybody in the East Coast, Nova Scotia, Cape Breton, Newfoundland as well, North Preston, Square Town, of course. We always rep.
You got a symbol? You got a symbol?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's double seven.
Okay.
Double seven. 2 sevens. Yeah, it's a square, the only one square, the one only square. But shouts to everybody at home. NEP, of course, too, is the first, Triple Threat and Trobiz, NEP. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. That helped me along my road to success and to where I'm going and where I'm at now, sitting beside her with this beautiful interview and doing this real nice.
All right.
Shouts to everybody there.
Okay.
It's coming soon. I don't know when, but
we'll keep you posted.
And CP too, booking and management, CP. So the hip hop I'm still on the hip hop thing because Belly and the CP, they're my managers. And
so it's interesting because on the business side it's hip hop people.
Yeah.
But on the creative, expressive side it's R&B.
Yeah,
but either way, you're still keeping the family of music together.
Yeah.
Because we're all part of the same family anyway.
Exactly, hip hop.
Yeah. All right. Good looking out. Thank you.
Peace.